Let's talk about the loops in Python. Now, in other programming languages, what you do that you basically write the loop as like for int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, and then you start putting whatever your block of statements are there. Python really don't need this much of information from you. It does not care you define the variable or not. It does not care about your curly braces are. Even it does not care about your parentheses. It does not need any of these things. We all know that what are loops? Loops act as a iterator in programming language, which basically iterates through the lists of the values and print those values. The syntax of anything in Python is like, let's say that you have an iterator variable. In the previous example, here, what was my iterator variable? I is my iterator variable, okay, which is basically iterating through the list of the values or things, whatever you wanna loop over it, okay, or whatever you wanna loop over. Now here, this is for items in, let's say A, and you will put colon as a delimiter. After that, follow the 4 space indentation, and then you can execute or do whatever the operation you wanna do. So you see that we don't have to define any parentheses. You don't have to define any variable data type or something. No curly braces, nothing. Just write it in a plain format and it will do. Let's say that here you have some list of variables. Okay, we'll talk about lists separately. But here you have some list of values with 1 to 10 and you want to print all these values. So what it has done, you have written for your iterator variable num in list 1 colon print num. And it will be printing all the values one by one to you. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4 until 10. You have got all the values. Similarly, if you want to perform any other operations in that, let's say that from that particular list, you want to print only the even numbers. So you can write your if condition inside tag. Make sure that you are following the 4 space indentation. Make sure you are you defining it in a correct syntax. And everything is right. So to get the only even numbers, what you will do, then you will try to divide each number by 2, or like take the modulus of each number by 2. And if the remainder is 0, that number is even. If it is not, that number is odd. So similarly, you can print that. Now, one more thing here is that with for, you can put else also. Okay. Means this is in this condition, they have put it inside the if block only. If you want to put with for, then you have to come it here. If you have to put it here, so it will come with for block. But otherwise, if you see this alignment, with that you can easily understand that you would put if under else. So this is the for this block. So that's why it says that okay, 1 is not my even number, 2 is my even number, then 3 is not, 4 is there, 5 is not. So it printed odd number. Okay. So these are some of the operations which you can do. But with for also you can use else. Okay. With for you can use else and all. And with that you can basically, what will happen that will execute that else condition every time. Okay. So others here, like all the examples, I have given different examples. But probably to understand the syntax and these things, it is like done in this particular way. Okay. When I talk about the while loop, now while loop and for loop, loops are always same. They are the function or the purpose of the loop is same, to iterate it over the list of value and give the result. Whereas the minor difference between while and for is that while, like both of them will execute the condition until that is met true. But for while specifically, it is defined in such a way that it executes a single statement or a group of statement as long as your condition is true. As soon as your condition is false, it will be out of that loop. So here you see how you define while loop. While, whatever your syntax or whatever your condition is there, that colon, your 4 space indentation, and then your operation whichever you wanna perform. So that's how you can define your while loop. Exactly the same way, just the keyword has been changed to while, colon and indentation will be there, and rest will be the same logic as you do in other languages. Let's see a few more examples. Here you see, here we have written like with for we can use else. Similarly with while we can use else. Here I have done operation And when everything is done, then it will print all done. When your loop condition has been completed, then it will print all done. Break, continue, pass, we use it in a similar way. Break is what? Break means break means that to come out of the loop. Let's say that if you have put break here, that here let's say you have put a condition that if x equal to 3, break. So what it will do, it will come out of this loop. Okay, it will not execute anything as after the x equal to 3, and it will come out of the loop and exit the loop. But if you put continue here, so in that case what happens, that it will skip this value. Okay, the current value with the x equal to 3 value, it will skip, and then again it will process the entire other loop. So it will print 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and pass does nothing, so we don't even use pass. Can anyone tell me what this double equal to is for comparison, but what is for triple equal? Basically, it checks the type also. Okay, along with that, as or in the terminology, you can call it as a strict comparison. But it checks that whatever the type of this value and type of this value is, it will check that also along with the condition. Okay, so along with your condition, this will check your type of the variable also. So I'm telling you because there are certain requirements comes where you have to do this kind of strict comparison. In those scenarios, you will be using it.